What is going on, everybody? It's Jay, aka It's a News Story, back with another Phantom Parade news video. We finally have the gacha detail releases for Megumi and Nobara. Now, we're going to start with Megumi, who's a green unit, like how everyone wanted to predict, and he looks really good. Now, first things first, y'all know how I like to look at the kits. We like to look at the skill icons first. And first thing is first, break damage taken increase, stat debuffing, damage dealt debuffing. Okay? Already the big three smacked together, just lined up on his skills, which is fantastic. Now, the thing about his skill 2 that's also really nice is that it's a 6 hitting attack that ignores darkness. So, similar to Yellow Yaga, and also similar to Green Toto's ultimate. We can just kind of flat out ignore the darkness debuff on this skill. It also is a stat debuffer, like I said. It's a 3-turn buildup, very meta. Well, just the general amount of turns needed to fully build up for the meta units in the game at the moment for support. And it also has the capabilities to stun your enemies. Now, if they fail to stun, it decreases the select enemy's critical hit resistance rate, which is very similar to Momo, where if she couldn't stun, it obviously still gave you more boost. And then next, his skill 3. Okay, his skill 3 has a lot going for it, just straight up. So on top of being a debuff, like I already said earlier, this debuff is an AoE that decreases all the enemy's critical hit resistance rate. Again, damage received, increased. That's a debuff. Again, for 4 turns, mind you. Then, after it's done, he stat buffs himself for his Jujutsu stat and then boosts his own critical hit rate for 4 turns. Now, you may be wondering, why does he miss 3 times right here? Reason why he misses in the preview is because he's missing a unit behind him, because his skill 3 also has an extra effect where if there's an ally behind him, they get a boost in their critical hit rate, and they get Jujutsu and Taijutsu stat buffing for 4 turns, but it doesn't stack. So not only is he doing the debuff for damage dealt, he's doing stat debuffing, he's doing break damage increase taken, and then he's also stat buffing the ally behind him. This unit's ridiculous. And on top of that, in his ultimate, it's basically just his skill 3, skill 2, and skill 1 merged into one, taking all of the best attributes of them, smacking it into a single skill, and then when you're done, you get curse energy efficiency. So again, stat buffing, break damage taken increase, critical hit resistance decrease, and again, cursed energy efficiency. Absolutely ridiculous. And it's a really good looking skill. Like I'm pleased with what I've seen from this unit. Just flat out already. The curse energy efficiency will also be a lifesaver for sure. And it also lasts for 5 turns. A 5-turn curse energy efficiency is really solid. But Megumi is not the only unit here. We also have NOBARA, the blue Jujutsu that everybody wanted. Now, this unit is a little bit more on the interesting side for me. But that basically is for every DPS style unit I see. So first things first, we're going to look at her passives. First, we have the Tropical Juice counter at the bottom. Then we have the dodge chance, and then we have a Jujutsu stat buff already. Her skills right here, we have the skill 1, which is just throwing nails. That has the nail count attached to it. You have the Tropical Juice skill, and then you have the Straw Doll. Now, skill 2 already, you see the CE boost. So it gives like 20 cursed energy when you use it. It costs no CE to use. And on top of this, you get a damage dealt increase for 7 turns afterwards. Now, mind you, again, you remove a Tropical Juice count at the bottom after you use it for the first time. And from the looks of it, if you do start with only 3 from the looks of it, you'll be able to have 21 turns of a damage dealt increase, which is still nice nonetheless. Just not all stacked on top of each other, of course. And she also has a critical hit increase right here. So crit rate increase right there is very nice. And then she has an AoE skill 3 that also scales in terms of how many how many enemies are on the same wave. So the nail count scales differently on it. She hits twice. So the first hit is the enemy's nail count, right? Which changes based on the wave, of course. Gotta attach all of them with 3. It also increases all enemies' Jujutsu damage received, okay? Now, obviously, you can't see that since she just absolutely annihilated all the enemies in this wave, but it is stated in her kit that it does that. And on top of that, this is obviously also a soul hitting attack, so RIP any Mahito bosses that come out that happen to be blue in the future. So, a 6-turn Jujutsu damage debuff on this unit from that skill. And then her ultimate, which has a pretty fat alt gauge. 1,752 is very large. I can't lie. Like, I'm pretty sure we're approaching like Dogon Blue Jogo level alt gauge size right here, right? But it also does a fair bit of things. It deals ranged Jujutsu damage to all enemies. So this is an AoE ultimate. Very good. I love AoE ultimates in this game. And then on top of that, it increases all enemies' Jujutsu damage received, but it's removed after its activation. And obviously the increased Jujutsu damage received lasts for 6 turns. But when you pop this ult, as NOBARA units are, it removes all nail counts, okay? So all in all, here's the thing. With NOBARA units, I'm going to say this to everybody right now. On the day 1 usage of this unit, do not have an immediate knee-jerk reaction. Because I've noticed this a lot, when it comes to NOBARA units, there are people that just play the game and they try a NOBARA unit and they don't really understand the full scope of said units. Because I will say, NOBARA is not exactly, the most, how do I say this, bread and butter character to use, right? The nail count stuff confuses people a little bit. I feel like some JP content creators will be able to make this character work just fine, but I will say wait like a couple of days to see what this character truly is about. There's also a lot of AoE stuff going on with this character. I also saw that the skill 1 is also an AoE, so there's not a lot of blue stages where you'll be able to see her fully shine, which is very weird. I feel like this game, again, where we're like building up to the next stage of content, because we're getting a lot of units at the moment where their kits on paper seem really busted, but on the current hardest content in the game, there's like nowhere to get the full efficiency of their kit. It's so weird. But all in all, I'm excited for these units. More excited for the Go Green Megumi though. You know me, guys. You know I saw the break damage, the stat debuffing, the stat buffing, the damage receipt. Like it was just all too much, man. It was too much for me to just not be able to fall in love with the unit immediately, right? So let me know what you guys are thinking, okay? You excited for these units? Are you going to be summoning for Megumi or NOBARA? Or if you had to put them in a deadlock, you know what I'm saying? You summoning for Yuji, Gojo, Megumi, or NOBARA? What's your priorities, okay? Me, y'all know me. I'm forced to summon on them all, so I lose no matter what. Let me know what you guys are summoning for, or if you're not summoning still. There may be some people who are like, what, these units don't impress me at all. We're skipping half Annie, we're waiting until third Annie, which is crazy. That's a long time, but I'll let y'all have that. Like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord server. We talked about this here first, right? Talked about it in the Discord server, then I hopped on for a video. So yeah, channel bio. Thank you for over 2,000 subscribers. It's been Jay, aka It's Ghost Story, and I will see you guys later.